Welcome to the Monday Night Freak Show. A little earlier than usual. It's the lighter side of the dark side, the Dark Mark Show. And of course, as usual, I have Josie Cat. Would you like to say hello to the Dark Minions out there?
Hello, Dark Minions.
Hello, Dark Minions. We have a very special show tonight. It's a little earlier than usual, and that's why my makeup is a little askew. You'll have to forgive me. I was in traffic. The LA traffic was living up to its usual billing tonight, and I was in my convertible. But it was all worth it because I had to pick up our special guest tonight. You know her from the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Wow.
You know her. You may have been her client as a dominatrix. You may have seen her act. You may have seen her do all sorts. Maybe you were at a children's party and she dressed as Snow White.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get to all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Haynes.
Thank you.
Hello, Charlie. Yes, let's give Charlie a hand.
Thank you.
You may remember her from the Wally George show. We're going to talk about that too. But before we go, we've got, first off, we do have actually some, we're trying to get some structure to the show. And before we start.
What?
Before we start, Fatal Impact is still sponsoring us. And I love that. I love that. Did you actually stop by Fatal Impact as you promised, Josie?
No.
No, you didn't. But you should because you get 10% off. And everybody gets 10% off if they mention the Dark Mark Show. Fatal Impact.
If I flash them, will I get 20% off?
I don't know how. Kitty might not go that way. I'm not really sure. And her husband's in the back. I'm not sure what's going on. But they do know you.
Okay.
Kitty remembers you. She says, I know Josie Cat. I remember her from way back in the day.
Not that far back.
Don't
say that.
She's not that old. But I don't know. She knows you from some goth place way back when. But they've got great stuff. You ever been to Fatal Impact, Charlie?
No.
Ventura and Van Nuys. You know where all the stores are?
Yeah.
It's right in there. You can't miss it. Fatal Impact is on Ventura and Van Nuys. They've got great stuff. They've got skeleton gloves, which I have in the car, but I was rushing to get here, so I don't have them on. See the lipstick?
Yes.
Fatal Impact. That's their house brand. They've got everything. They have Team Edward T-shirts, but not those Team Edward crappy Twilight T-shirts.
No.
They have Eddie Munster on them.
Oh my God.
They have Herman's
Old
Hot
school.
Rods. They have ski masks that have Bruce Lee's face on it. They have cool stuff like that. Glow sticks. You need Manic Panic. They got it.
Sounds sexy.
It's very sexy. It's a very sexy store. And FatalImpact.com. I know we have people listening all over the country, coast to coast. We have people listening in Russia. So if you're in Russia, if you're not in L.A., no problem. FatalImpact.com. But if you do live in L.A., lucky you. You get to come in and get the Dark Mark discounts. You mentioned me. You mentioned Josie. You mentioned Charlie. You mentioned anybody. You mentioned the show. 10% off any purchase. You can't beat it.
Really?
Go to FatalImpact.com. Check out what they have. Say hi to Kitty when you go in there. Trust me, you better make sure you got all your money in the meter because she will talk. We're going to have her on the show soon. She was so excited because we were going to book Charlie about a month ago.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie, if you don't know, was also known as Salt
Yes.
on the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. We're going to get to that in just a moment. But she was so excited. She's like, oh, my God, you got one of the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. She couldn't believe it.
Really?
I'm excited.
I'm very excited. But first, we have to learn what's been happening in Hollywood, Josie. How was your week?
My week was awesome. I got to go see Repo Man, the genetic opera with shadow casting.
The live, because I've seen the movie. I like the movie.
You need to see it with the shadow casting.
Right.
It's like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. People are screaming and yelling and singing along with the songs and throwing stuffed animals. And
I'm sure they offered you the part of Paris Hilton for the.
No, but I
stage.
did talk to the producer, and I told him I'm going to bring him some more sexy girls because they need to.
They need to sex it up a little bit.
They need to. That's exactly what I told him. I go, you need to sex it up.
Right.
I'm going to bring you some bitches, and we're going to.
Josie knows some
slutty.
bitches.
Oh, I bet.
And
You've brought some
make it
bitches to
happen.
this show so far, and the best is yet to come.
oh yeah,
No,
when
the
I've
Dark
got
Mark
a-
show has sexier women than Repo the Genetic Opera. Something's wrong.
I am probably 5 minutes away from being Heidi Fleiss, the way I pimp out girls.
Oh, wow. And by the way, I can't afford it, but You never pimped anybody out to me. What's going on, Josie?
Well, usually for events and photo
Exactly.
shoots.
No, well, you did,
and,
yes.
And
Yeah,
things
well,
like
the
that.
Nikki Rouge last week, that was a good get. I don't know if that was a pimp out, but that was
yes,
very
it
nice.
was. Yeah,
But
she's
you
one of the girls.
reaped your rewards because she spanked you.
Absolutely.
Actually,
Nikki's fun.
Actually, Charlie, and that was good. But I have seen a lot of Josie this week, more than I really. I can't get rid of this bitch. It's crazy. I saw her. Excuse me, I gotta hydrate. But when I talk about Josie, I get a little parched. But we had the birthday show last week, and you should see it. She got spanked. We had the whole. By the way, we're gonna have the spank train tonight. It's gonna be good. 2 girls and 1 guy. I think that's gonna be good.
I heard about that.
But we had a nice spank train last week, and then the next day I hosted Josie Kat's birthday party at Kitty Kitty Bang Bang, which is where Bar Sinister is.
And I got kidnapped. I had nasty messages.
Oh,
on my
everybody's
Facebook.
going, where's Josie? Where'd Josie? Where'd Josie go? Our guests last week, the Rhythm Coffin, were on stage. They were fantastic.
Wow.
They were throwing heads at the audience. I was taking my cane and smacking the heads, and I was dancing with girls. It was crazy.
They're
So much fun. And everybody was like,
Wow.
where's Josie? Where's Josie? Where's Josie? I'm like, I don't know. I saw you with all your girls, all your fear leaders.
Yeah.
1 second, and then you were all gone.
That's how we roll.
I guess. And so I was like, okay, well, I won't see Josie until next week. That's fine. Saturday night, she's like, we got to go to the Daniel Ash art show. Daniel Ash is he was one of the lead singers of Love and Rockets. He was in the goth band Bauhaus. And he put on an art show. She's like, you got to come. We got to try to get Daniel Ash on the show. I've already been talking to David J. behind your back, but she's like, you got to get Daniel Ash on the show.
Let's get David J. Because I went and talked to Daniel Ash. He was a prick.
David
I
J. is
don't-
cool. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
actually, he's
so
like, yeah, when I get
screw-
a outbound, I want to do it.
So, yeah. Let's stick with that plan.
Well, I don't want to call Daniel Ash a prick because I didn't
Well,
talk
I
to
will.
him. Oh, okay.
I'll call him one because I did.
Really? Because, well, the funniest thing about that is you're like, because he was DJing. And there's a guy DJing, but he didn't look anything like Daniel Ash. And Josie's like, that's him. Go. That's him. Ask him to do
That
the
guy
show.
probably would have been nicer.
That guy, yeah, well, he looked at, yeah, I'm like, that guy looks like he's about 35, and he doesn't look like Daniel Ash. Oh, no, that's him. Go ahead. He's DJing. Go ahead. Get him on the show. So I go up to this guy. I'm like, hey, I love the art. It's great. He's like, oh, yeah, I like that one, too. I'm like, didn't you paint these? I'm not talking to Daniel Ash.
Oh, you went up there and actually said something?
Yes,
Oh,
I told
was
you that.
screwing with you. Oops.
Boy, that was really funny.
Oh, it was funny for me.
Really?
It's kind of funny now.
Because no,
Yeah, it is.
and you weren't screwing with me because I told you. I'm like, that's not Daniel Ash. She's like, really? And then when Daniel Ash came on, it's like, oh, that must be him because everybody's taking his picture and stuff. You weren't screwing with me. You were drunk and you really thought it was Daniel Ash.
No,
two,
I just
two more
in a
drinks,
way-
you would have thought I was Daniel Ash. Come on, Josie.
No. I haven't seen what he looks like in years, so who knows? I mean,
got a bow-
people, they change when they age.
Don't
So-
I know it, Josie? But
So,
so
anyway.
he's look at me. It's ridiculous. I got to get my hair dyed. I've got this like flaming lips thing happening. I don't know what's
You
going
do?
on. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but
I didn't even notice.
yeah,
Oh.
it was a whole thing. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so it wasn't Daniel Ash. Daniel Ash came up, and you actually talked to him,
Yes, I did.
and he was pricky to you because if I was
Yeah,
still there,
he
I
was-
would have taken care of business. Give him 5 of these across his lips.
That would have been fun,
Yeah. See, I
entertaining.
really. It was. I liked the venue. I liked the people that I met there.
The venue's great.
The venue's great.
My friend Danny owns the shop,
Right.
and it's called what is it called? Fatal.
No,
Yeah,
Fatal Impact is our sponsor.
No. It's something along those lines. Darn, sorry.
Well, I'll remember. I'll remember for next week. The other thing I wanted to get to before we get to Charlie, don't worry, we're going to talk about all sorts
Lethal
of stuff.
Impact.
Lethal Impact.
There
Go
you
to Fatal Impact, go to Lethal Impact, whatever impact you can get. I was one of Gruesome Greg's.
Garrick.
I'm sorry, Gruesome Garrick's. Gruesome Garrick was one of our guests last week. He's in the band The Rhythm Coffin. I was telling Charlie on the way over all the fun that we've been having, all the crazy stuff that's happened, all the spankings, all the tasering, all the crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We had Gruesome Garrick last week, and he posted he sent our link out to everybody, and so one of his friends said I should have my head up my ass for suggesting that Randy Newman only has 2 songs. Now, Gruesome Garrick's friend, I understand. Randy Newman's been making music for 40 years, okay? I know he has more than 2 songs, okay? I know that every album he has is 10 songs. The only 2 songs that ever been played on radio are Short People and I Love L.A. He does not deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, boy. Here we go again.
I'm just saying. For what?
We had this.
You
Rock
got
and
a
Roll
friend
Hall of
in
Fame.
me? That's what makes the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? But no, I got my head up my ass because I don't like Randy Newman.
Well, Rush made it in.
I don't like Rush either, but at least Rush is rock. And they still sell at arenas. Who's going to see Randy Newman? My grandfather.
Okay, let's not rehash this again.
All right, anyway, I just wanted to say, I just wanted I actually did send him a thing, and he did chuckle, but I didn't want to. I just wanted to say that maybe I have my head up my ass because I'm not a big Randy Newman fan. I apologize to all the Randy Newman fans that are watching the Dark Mark show. So, we have Charlie Haynes. Do you remember the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, Josie?
Yes.
You do?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Everybody remembers. Not everybody remembers because a lot of people in our audience are a little too young to remember.
You were Salt and Pepper, right?
Right. I was
And there was
Salt.
Hollywood and Vine.
Yes.
See, you remember the names.
Oh, my God, she's good.
There was like some farmer's daughter. Who's the farmer's daughter?
Oh, I remember the farmer's daughter.
Oh, I don't remember what her real name was, but she was a cute kid.
Yeah, the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, for those of you who don't know, they had a thing out in the, mid to late 80s.
Mm-hmm. Mid to late 80s.
Mid to late 80s.
Yes.
And it was not like WWF. It was kind of like a sketch show with wrestling.
Right, exactly.
It was like funny raps, funny skits, and wrestling mixed in with hot girls and leotards rolling around. So basically, they dared you to laugh and jerk off at the same time is basically what it was.
It was my inspiration to go work at the Tropicana.
Oh, did you work as a
wait.
at the Tropicana?
I worked there for about 3 months as a round girl.
Oh, my God.
As a round girl, wink, wink. Okay.
No, I'm serious.
You never
I
hit
was
the
a round
mud?
girl.
Yeah.
No, I never hit the mud.
Oh, I did.
And then I worked. I
Yeah.
worked with Lucha Bavoom too. Have you seen Lucha Bavoom?
No.
I was a round girl for that too.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, make sure, yes.
Oh,
So
wow.
you actually mud wrestled.
I mud wrestled, yes.
Was this pre
it's
or-
so embarrassing, but it's true.
Was this pre or post glow?
It was pre-glow.
Pre-glow.
Yes.
So that was your training.
Yes, I mud wrestled and I met Queen Kong and she got me into professional wrestling.
Queen, because that's my friend Kitty at Kitty Limbach's like, are you gonna get Queen Kong on? I'm like, I don't think so. I think I got
Yeah.
Salt. Oh yes, it's Salt. Move forward, please.
Okay, I'm moving forward.
Salt,
Get
Charlie.
close to that mic
Yes.
like
Yeah.
you like it.
Yeah, please. Just
Okay.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Oh well, we'll talk about
It's
that
been
too.
since 2002 at 12:01 a.m. But that's okay.
We'll see what happens after the show.
Yes,
But
yes.
imagine it's me right behind that mic.
Okay.
Now she's going further away. But no, Charlie. So now, where do you, now let's start at the beginning.
Yeah.
Pre-glow. We're gonna get to the mud
Yeah.
wrestling. We're gonna get to
Yes.
the dominatrix. We're gonna get to glow.
Right.
Where are you from? Where are you from originally?
I'm from Santa Monica. I grew up with a Croatian mother
Right.
who was very strict, and I grew up Catholic.
Wow. So you're
Yeah.
you're a typical LA girl.
Yeah, typical LA girl, Catholic
too.
girl. Yeah, you were Catholic?
No,
No?
no. I was born into a Jewish family, but raised by a band of hippies. So
See, my mom was really conservative, so when I turned 18, I went and started mud wrestling.
So your mom would have hated her mom, and like you got the liberal parents, hippie parents. You had the strict upbringing.
Right.
They would have hated each other. They would have seen each other at Vietnam protests and like started throwing things at each other, right?
Well, my mom was really crazy, though. She was very crazy.
Really?
I love her. I love her dearly. I mean, her memory of her. But she was very crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
knowing you as long as I have, that seems very strange.
Really?
That you didn't take any of those crazy genes along with you.
Are you kidding? I'm as
Yes,
crazy
I'm kidding.
as
Yes, you're crazy as cat shit. Yes, I know.
I'm crazy as cat shit.
Well, that's why you're on the Dark Mark show. We only want crazy, unusual, interesting people.
Right.
And you
right.
definitely are. So
Thank you.
how old were you when you started mud wrestling?
I was 18 years old.
And how do you get into who taught you into mud wrestling? What guy was this?
Well, basically, I was working as a professional jazz dancer, and I met this guy named Gary Hendricks. I shouldn't mention names, should I?
You
You
can.
just
Please
did too.
do.
It's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
Say
a male
something mean.
stripper.
No.
And he saw me dancing at this nightclub, Humperdinck's nightclub. And he said, "You would make a great wrestler. You seem to be very strong. And how would you like to mud wrestle?"
Mm.
And I said, "Sure, why not?"
How old was this guy?
And this guy was about 30,
Wow. See.
and I was 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also...
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna try that line on every 18-year-old I meet in the next 3 weeks and see what happens.
Well, you know who I also met there is at Humperdinck's Disco, just to age myself. You know that guy that was killed the Playboy model?
Oh, the Star 80 dude.
Yeah, Star 80 dude. I met him, and he was going to get me into Playboy.
Oh, so you could have been Dorothy Stratton.
I could have been, but I would have kicked his ass.
Because you obviously have great musculature, as the guy said from Humperdinck's.
Right.
You can take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So how do you? So you just went to some mud wrestling place and said, "I'm ready to go," or?
Yeah, I just started mud wrestling, and the first time I mud wrestled, I cried and cried afterwards because it was so humiliating at first. You know what I mean? And then I started getting really excited about it because the tips were so amazing. And then I started mud wrestling more and more and more.
Was this at
And
the
then-
Tropicana?
No, this was at Cheers. I'm really dating myself. Cheers, a nightclub in Redondo Beach, Humperdinck's Disco. Then
Don't worry about dating yourself. This is like a history of Los Angeles debauchery. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
You're saying it was so difficult that you cried the first time. Was it so painful? And then you saw the tips and it became better and better.
Yeah, it got
That's like
better and
the
better.
first time I took up the ass. Well, wait a second. Are we on the air?
Yes,
Oh,
we
okay.
are on the
No,
air.
go ahead.
Darling.
Go ahead. You were saying.
Darling.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
What did that slipped
Yes.
out? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And so then the women started to French kiss some of the guys in the audience for tips. Do you remember that?
No, they didn't allow that at the Tropicana.
Oh,
There was
they did that
no
at some of the-
touching.
and see, I refused to French kiss some guy that I didn't know and that was going to give me money. You know what I mean?
I do
So-
think some of the girls afterwards were going home with some of the men,
Oh,
however.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I know a lot of them were in Hustler and Penthouse, and
Yeah,
they,
they were having a little
And you
bit
saw
of
the-
fun.
they were driving cars that
Right.
I was not making that kind of tips.
And you saw the guys the next day with mud in their ties and mud
Yes,
in their hair and all
exactly.
sorts of stuff.
See, I would just throw guys down on the floor and lay on top of them or sit on their chest.
That's even more tips, I would think.
Yeah, yeah. They would actually push their buddies out for me to throw them down on the floor and to sit on them.
And this was like when like Stripes was out and like all these movies, like in the early '80s, all these movies had like these mud wrestling scenes,
Yes, yes.
and then everybody would go to like the Tropicana and these other places
Right.
to live those out. You know,
Exactly.
Come on, you're John
exactly.
Candy. Come out there and like mud wrestle the girls, and then you
Yes.
kick their ass. And
Yeah, absolutely. I started kicking all the girls' asses. The only one that I couldn't kick was Queen Kong.
now describe
Because-
Queen Kong to us.
Well, she's 6'3". Do you know Queen Kong?
No?
Oh, she's 6'3", and at the time she weighed probably about 280, and she was a tall, big, beautiful girl.
Actually, we're going out tomorrow night, but
Yes,
anyway, no, go ahead.
I thought she was very beautiful. You know, she was very Zoftic and very beautiful.
Yeah,
Was she on Glow?
Yeah, she was on Glow. She played Matilda the Hun.
but that's the name, Matilda Hun. Yeah.
Yes, Matilda the Hun.
So you're mud. So how long were you mud wrestling before you got into Glow?
I got it. I was in it for about 3 years. Then I went to see a therapist, and the therapist said that this was bad for my inner child. So I got out of it.
And you said, no, my inner child wants to kick ass.
Well, actually, my inner child is shy and sweet and loves flowers and snails and really pretty little things.
Puppy dog
snails.
tails.
Yeah. But then
Yes.
there's the other side of me that's like Chuck, that comes out and wants to destroy.
Chuck Norris,
No,
Chucky,
Chuck.
or
Chucky
No,
doll?
there's Charlene, there's Charlie, and then there's Chuck. There's two sides to me.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
Got it.
Is it confusing?
we'll talk to both Charlene and Chuck
Yeah.
through the course of this hour. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. But there's Chuck.
You've never shown me Charlene and Chuck separately.
Yeah, but you've
It's always
seen
been in the
Charlene.
same beautiful package.
Oh, well, you've seen Charlene.
Have I seen Charlene?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think Chuck needs to do a stranglehold on
Well,
Mark
well,
at some point.
I will say that
Well, I can squeeze him between my thighs and see if he can deal with it.
well, let's get the whole story
that
first.
would rule.
And
Yes.
we'll get the whole story first. And well, you're the co-host. You're the one that's been the magician. You've been. Shouldn't she squeeze your face?
No.
No,
it needs to
I
be
squeeze
you.
men. I only squeeze men.
You
Of
wouldn't
course
squeeze.
she could squeeze
you
my.
wouldn't-
she
you
could-
couldn't squeeze this woman.
Of course she
But
could.
you've got a bigger neck, so you can take more squeezing. I think.
Do you want to squeeze my neck now? I mean, we've talked. We've been talked into it.
Are we on TV?
We're on TV.
Yes.
Let's see what we can do. Hold on.
Okay.
I know we're kind of it's not a lot of space, but because I wanted to hear about this whole story, but you brought it up.
Okay.
I'm here to please my audience. Okay, let's see what we can do.
Okay.
Yes.
But you have to get down on your knees.
Yeah, not a problem. Josie, you're going to have to describe this for the people listening on audio.
Yeah, Josie, come over to this seat real quick and take her seat.
Right.
And then give them the end of the table there.
Yes.
Okay, so get down on your knees.
Okay. Josie, describe this for the audience. Okay.
I've never done this with a skirt before.
She's gonna squeeze Mark between her legs with a skirt on. Mark
by
is
the
on
way,
all
I didn't
fours
shave-
the way he likes to be.
Oh, wait a second. I didn't shave my legs. My legs are really hairy.
It won't show on
Okay.
on
Don't look at
TV.
my legs.
Oh, she's straddling Mark. She's got his head between her legs. Can you make him pass out? She's squeezing. Oh, he is turning red.
You can't pass out.
It's okay. I'll host the rest of the show.
Oh, my legs are so hairy.
That was great.
Ow.
Oh, he's
Are
in
you
pain.
okay? Is he in one piece?
Did we get that on camera, Emery?
Yeah, you got it all.
Oh, how
That's the most sex I've had in years.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Mark, go ahead and sit down.
So how was it?
It felt good. I haven't squeezed a man between my legs in such a long time.
How red was my face?
I didn't squeeze you that
It was
hard.
pretty rad. It was
You squeezed me pretty hard.
the color of a tomato.
You know who would enjoy it is Joe Adams.
Yes, we know Joe. Joe would love it. Joe's our friend. You know Joe. You met Joe a couple times with
Yes.
the, with the
Yeah,
one arm.
With the
Yes.
one arm. Yeah.
Yes,
he's,
very funny comic.
Yeah.
Well, you're a
Nice
dominatrix too. We're
description.
going to get into all that because.
Yes.
Okay, so you're mud wrestling. You're 18.
Yes.
You do that for a few months.
Right. And then I go to therapy. No, I
You go
did
to,
it for
you
a
go to
few
therapy,
years.
and they said you've
It's
got
not-
split personalities.
No, they said it's not good for my inner child.
Okay.
And they said that I need to do more nurturing things for my soul.
Mm-hmm.
So I got into professional wrestling.
Right.
Yeah.
So you might as well. You just basically the same thing without the mud.
Right, exactly.
So they had the glow auditions, and I heard the glow auditions were a big deal.
Yes, they were.
I read on the internet, and the internet's always reliable, that they had auditions.
Can you think?
I'm,
Can you think?
I'm trying to shake it loose, but they had auditions, and like there were girls that were crying and passing out at the auditions.
Really? I don't
Is that
remember
right?
that.
Well, that's why I'm
No.
asking the source.
Oh, that's a bunch of bullshit. Oh my God, that is such bullshit. I can't even believe it.
So it's only me that
I
was.
can't even believe it.
So
Are you happy now? Okay.
because one more.
We
one
can hear
more-
you now.
Because
Yeah.
one more squeeze, I would have cried and passed out. I think I'm crying right now. Actually,
I didn't even squeeze you that hard. I squeezed and then I stopped. And then I squeezed. And
no,
then
you did.
it
You
was
you
like a
squeezed, you stopped, you
pulsation.
squeezed, and you stopped, you squeezed,
Yeah,
you
it's like a
stopped.
pulsation.
No, I got the pulsation. Trust me, I got the pulsation all over.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I
Oh
did.
boy.
So
I
how
didn't
many
know-
girls auditioned for
I didn't know
Glow?
he was into this. Yeah.
I'm into my head in between a pair of women's legs. Whether you're squeezing me,
Even
whatever.
hairy legs like
They
me.
weren't that hairy. They're not hairy. Stop it with the self-deprecation. You're a beautiful
Let's do 'em.
woman.
Aw, thank you.
Josie Cat, is this not a beautiful woman?
Oh,
She's gorgeous.
Oh, brother.
Uh,
Thank you.
I was pulling up. I posted that Wally George interview you did with Wally George, and I saw all these posts. And this is what I want to get into. All these guys are like, she was the hottest. She was. What happened to her? She's so beautiful. Oh my God. You don't watch that? You don't see that?
No, I don't.
Did you see it at the time?
I'm too holed up in my room
What are you doing in your room?
playing with my cat Putty.
Putty?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So anyway, I think that's code for dildo. Anyway, so
Yeah.
you were saying,
Yeah, besides that.
yeah. So you were saying, so how many people? How many people? I told you we have plenty to talk about. So how many people? You get these three maniacs in a room, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So anyway, so you were. How many people showed up for the Glow auditions?
I would say about 50 girls, and none of them screamed or cried or had little tantrums.
And let's be honest, how many were really gorgeous?
30%.
Okay, including yourself.
Thank you. Yes, I was one of them. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
you are
yes.
gorgeous. You were gorgeous.
thank
You
you.
still are gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, dear.
See now I could focus on your cleavage. The pain's gone away.
Okay.
So
So what kind of drama was behind the scenes between the girls? Did you guys get along, or were there?
Oh, well, I don't know if I could, if we can, you
well,
know.
because there's a documentary out.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something.
Give us the dirt.
Yeah. Well, Matt Simber. Should I even say his name?
Well,
That's
yeah.
okay.
Matt Simber. You say his name, but Matt Simber. Jackie Stallone was involved with this too.
Jackie Stallone and
Sylvester
Matt
Stallone's mother,
Yeah. Yeah. Jack's. Yeah.
which I didn't know about.
Right.
Jackie Stallone had these women's gyms in the 80s, and this was like an offshoot of it, I guess.
Right. Right.
Okay, so Matt, what's his name, Matt?
Yeah, he was like the producer of the show and
Pimp.
and director and pimp, and he was after almost all the women except for me. Thank God, you know.
What?
Yeah, he was trying to get women in bed and sleep with them, and he was going up to their rooms and knocking on the door and trying to get threesomes.
Basically everything I would do if I was in
Right,
charge of Glow.
exactly. But he never came on to me.
Were you guys touring? Because you said
Vegas.
Okay.
Vegas. But see, I was only on one episode, and what happened was I actually hurt my ankle, and it ended up getting fat and thick, and I wasn't able to wrestle properly. The thing that you saw me with with S&M, the two girls, S&M.
It was I didn't.
S&M is another team.
S&M's
Yeah,
another team.
I mean,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm just right because you were with Salt and Pepper.
Right.
It was Salt. You were Salt, and
But-
you're obviously Caucasian.
Yeah.
And Pepper was a lovely African American
Right.
woman.
Right. But I was wrestling also S&M with Salt.
Oh, okay. Who's the M?
These two girls, S&M, they were like into sadomasochism, basically.
I should have watched
The
this show more
bondage
often.
team.
Yeah, the bondage team.
So you remember the
Yeah.
bondage team?
Yes.
I don't remember them. You would think I would,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
I mean, I was actually pretty small when this was,
We were
was
yes,
on. I
yes.
was-
Yeah. See, I was
So-
actually,
You were 18.
no, I was 25.
You were 25.
24 or 25
Wow, that's
during Glow.
We'll forget all this 5 or 6 years that I don't know what happened, but so Glow happens, and you became a big. You only did one show.
I did one show because what happened was I did a sunset flip over Pepper.
Right.
And I ended up twisting my leg, and so badly that it became swollen, and I wasn't able to wrestle anymore. And Matt Simber was afraid that, I would
Sue him.
sue him, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long did they train you before they put you out in the ring?
I barely needed any training at all. It was just a little bit of training, and some of the other girls got trained, though.
Right.
Because they were new. A lot of them were actresses and getting into wrestling,
Right.
and they needed I can't even talk. I didn't even have any absinthe, did I?
You did not have any absent, but you had my head between your legs. That kind of counts.
Yeah. So they didn't. They needed training. The
Right.
girls needed training.
And from what I understand, Pepper actually was a legitimate wrestler, and she actually went into
Yes.
WWF afterwards.
Yes, she did. She was a tough chick,
Yeah.
and she died.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I'm sorry,
Yeah,
sorry
she
to, sorry
died
to hear
from
that.
a heart thing. Yeah.
I don't even know her, but I am sorry that she's passed away.
Yeah.
No, I saw the thing. I saw this thing on the internet. It's on YouTube. That Salt and Pepper. This is indicative of what the show was. Salt and Pepper. Pepper was mad at Salt
Yes.
because Salt kept stealing all her good clothes.
Ridiculous.
So they're a tag team and they're fighting amongst each other.
right.
They're fighting on the way to the ring. She's like, "That's my dress." And you're like, "No, I look better in
I
the
know,
dress."
it's so ridiculous.
And then so then the other
It
team
was really-
sees that they're fighting against each other, attack them, and then like after about 5 minutes they get it together. Like, "Oh, well, we really like each other. We're friends." So then yeah,
Yeah, I mean, just silly cat fighting
Yeah.
bullshit.
It was and did you have a rap song? Because apparently there was rap songs for everyone.
No, I didn't have a rap song because I only did one episode in
Right.
Glow. Yeah, and
'Cause
then I hurt my leg, and
everybody got rap songs.
yeah, I didn't get a rap song.
So, what do you think of the MMA female fighters today?
MMA? I haven't
Like
followed that.
UFC, and they have women that are women boxing, women.
I think it's fabulous.
Yeah.
I
Women
think
should kick
it's-
ass.
I think so. I think so. Definitely.
What do you think about it, Josie?
I love it.
Oh, and by the way, later on the show, you're gonna put my head between your legs, right?
Nope.
Okay. So, and you.
I'll put your head between.
Oh no, thanks, Emery. But we were talking
I
about
could put my legs around his neck too.
Emery. Are you up for that?
I have a show to do. I'm not sure.
No, we can't do that. Trust me, I'm
Yeah.
still like. But so you were only in one episode, but the fans love you.
Yeah, they do, especially the men.
So did they replay like your one match over and over again? And
Yeah,
did
those
they
that-
have you do a lot of promos and stuff?
Yeah, they had me do a lot of promos, and they've played my match over and over again, and guys are jerking off to it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. See doesn't that make you
Definitely.
feel good?
That they're jerking off? Well, it shows that I got that special something, I guess.
Well, because we had Nikki Rouge here last week, the Queen of Spank, and she said how she enjoys when guys jerk off to them. You gave me your book, Josie Kat's book, that's on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and you said how proud you are that guys are jerking off to that book.
Well, I said, if I see this book again, the pages better be stuck together.
And please, some of
So-
us use Kleenex. What's the matter with you? Some of us have class. And I would like to think there's a lot of women masturbating to the Dark Mark Show, but I haven't heard from them so far. But
Oh,
if
you
you go on
will.
Twitter for Dark Mark Show, go on Dark Mark Show at gmail.com. Please let me know what you're doing with your kitties and your rabbits and whatever you're doing. But so
I prefer to call it an oven.
an oven?
Yes.
I think I felt some of the heat from the oven when I was between your legs. Charlie,
Really?
there was something going
So
on there.
really? So it hasn't dried up and
No,
gone to pot.
It was very, very moist, very hot, very.
There weren't cobwebs coming out and little bats.
No, just maybe that's what you squeezed out of my head, but
Oh,
there was nothing like that. So since you did a lot of promos, you can teach us how to talk trash, wrestling trash.
Yeah, but I had my own brand of talking trash.
Let's hear it. I want to hear it.
Well,
I've never heard you do the wrestling talking trash.
well, mine was very exotic and sexy.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't talk like, hey,
What you gonna do?
Right,
It's a
right,
macho
right.
man. None of that stuff.
I would just say, I'm going to beat the shit out of. Well, I couldn't say the word
I was
shit.
gonna say.
Yeah, I would say, I'm intending to beat the hell out of that girl. And I can because I've got the thighs of steel.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, and I can squeeze the hell out of her, and I'm going to headlock her and put her in the cat's cradle.
What's
cat's
the
cradle.
cat's cradle?
It's where I lift up the girl's legs and put my hand underneath her head and bring her up, and then I put all my weight into her, and I'm on my stomach basically, and I basically squish her together.
I know you're looking
Fold
at me.
'em.
I'm not doing the cat's cradle. I'm sorry. That's not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
But
Does that make any sense?
No,
I'm having a hard time explaining it.
not at all. But
You basically fold them.
Yeah, I fold them. I fold them. That's exactly it. See, she's
she knows. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's folded a few people in her time.
yes,
Trust me.
yes.
And so anyway, so you were, so you were the sexy talk trash, but there had to be others. Like what was it, Matilda the Hun? What was her name?
Matilda the Hun.
Matilda the
Right.
Hun and Queen
Right.
Kong and all these people.
Right.
They had to be
Same person.
not quite as genteel.
She had a beautiful operatic voice,
Yeah.
Queen Kong.
Really?
Yeah, just beautiful voice, yeah.
So,
Just very
I'm
talented.
gonna kick your ass like that.
Yes.
Call me the fourth tenor. I'm sorry.
Yes. She had a beautiful voice, and she had this.
Did she Did she do like Adam Sandler ripped her off? Like she did Opera Man, like doing.
Yeah, she was very. She talked like this. She was very.
Oh, she was regal.
Everybody's women are meant to be strong and powerful. That's what she would say. She
I'm
would
all for
pop
that.
her peas.
I'm sorry.
She would pop her peas.
pop her peas
Yes.
when she talks. So
Yeah. She would say strong
very, very
and
powerful. Oh, that's
Right,
good.
yes.
See, now we're talking. That's how we talk trash. Because I
Yeah.
want to get Josie I want to get her to be a wrestler. What's
She would be a
what
beautiful
character?
wrestler.
Well, she is a beautiful wrestler. But what
Yeah.
what character do you envision for Josie? I mean, she's got the
Oh.
name Josie Cat. So she got the pseudonym. She got the tattoos.
Pussycat.
So you want to?
Josie.
She could be Josie Cat, but do you want? Should,
That's Josie and the Pussycat.
should
Forget it.
she be? I think she should be a little more ferocious, not quite as.
Yeah, I think she would
Yeah.
be
The cat's
ferocious.
claws.
Yeah,
Cat's
I'm gonna bring out the cat's claws on you like that.
And she would always land on
Yeah.
her. She would always land on her feet.
That'd be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I know looking at her, you're like, it's so nice. But look at me
Just like a panther.
and think of me like a wrestling opponent. Like, yeah, Mark, I'm gonna Dark Mark, I'm gonna I want to hear your trash talk, Josie, wrestling style.
Oh, jeez. No, I can't do it.
Oh, okay, all right, put her head in between your legs. Come on. No, because I'll be honest. I caught Glow maybe a couple times, like late night. I used to watch wrestling. I used to watch Hulk Hogan and all that stuff.
Right.
But Glow became a huge hit. And they filmed everything at the Riviera Hotel.
Yes. Very smart
Yeah.
of you. Yeah, you did your research.
I did my research. I
Yes.
wrote down like 30 names from the season 1,
Oh yeah.
and I forgot the paper.
I
don't-
gotta get closer to this thing.
Please.
Okay.
Now, so because there was Salt, there was Pepper, there was the Farmer's Daughter, there was
Yes.
the Matilda the Hunt.
Right.
There was there was some like Corporal and Colonel. And,
Oh yeah, there was. She was my friend Olympia. Was her name? I forgot. She went by Corporal Kelly, I think.
Corporal. So
Blonde, blonde.
they dressed in fatigues. And
Yeah, she was kind of a little bit bloated. She was strong.
Was it that
though.
time of the month? What was going on?
She was always a little bloated, but I heard that she's cut up now.
Oh, really?
I heard that she's like really ripped now.
Oh, really?
And she lives in Canada with her husband.
Probably because someone called her bloated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she looked kind of like
It's
a
a-
Macy's Day float. But
It's a Charlie Haynes workout plan. Charlie,
Well, I have to lose 25 pounds
for what?
for Hollywood.
Oh, speaking of that, there was a wrestler named Hollywood.
Yes. Yeah,
There was
she's
a
still around. She's gorgeous.
There's a wrestler named Dallas.
Gorgeous. Dallas. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Dallas had big furry blonde hair.
So
Yeah.
was there like a Hoot Shot Dallas sort of thing going on?
That was after my time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they've
but
had-
Killer Tomato was the one that.
Killer Tomato,
Yeah, Killer Tomato was
redhead.
no blonde. She became
That
Dallas.
would be good.
Yeah.
She became Dallas on Glow.
Yeah, because Killer Tomato
Killer
is
Tomato's
a terrible,
stupid.
Yeah.
terrible name.
Yeah, I used to wrestle Killer Tomato, who was Dallas on Glow.
So wait a second. Now, you say you only have one match, but you said you
But I've done WWF. I've done.
Oh, did you?
I did WCW. I did.
I didn't know this at all.
Yes, I
So
did.
you actually did legitimate wrestling.
Yeah, I was on Channel 11 at the time and Channel 52 on
Okay.
a regular basis, and wrestling professionally all over the place, like Mexico,
Right.
New York. I traveled all over the place to Japan.
So in Mexico, did they make you put the hood on? Or?
No, but the woman was ferocious that I wrestled. Absolutely ferocious. She
Like
no,
that?
she came from behind me and stretched my mouth so far to the side that the middle of my mouth split
Wow.
and some blood came out.
Ay.
Yeah,
So,
I had chapped lips that
so
day.
how long did you professionally wrestle after Glow?
I wrestled for another 5 years.
Okay. How long were you in the WWE or WWF or whatever it's called now?
I was in that like for about a year,
Okay.
and then I was in WCW
Right.
once, and then on Channel 11 and Channel 52, I was on for a couple of years.
Right.
Did you
Yeah.
use different names throughout all the different?
The Golden Cat.
I love that.
Yes.
The Golden Cat.
Yes.
Now I've got some more YouTubing to do.
Yes.
WWF, the Golden Cat.
Yeah.
Did you wrestle any prominent female wrestlers like the Fabulous Moolah or somebody like that?
Wendy Richter.
I remember her.
Yeah, I wrestled Wendy Richter. I wrestled
That must have been quite a match.
Pepper LaBianco.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, she was
She's
a
hot?
tough. She was pretty, but she was mean.
Yeah?
She was like, she really scratched me and tore me up.
Really?
In real life, yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
And this is when because this
And
was
I was
when
the nice
this is when
guy.
wrestling wasn't so big. I mean, it was sort of big, but it wasn't that big.
Right, but she tore the shit out of
Because
me.
like wrestling really exploded like in the
Yeah,
'90s. It
she
was
used
weird.
her nails.
Ouch.
You know who else I wrestled? Believe it
Yeah.
or not, did some wrestling was Tamayo Otsuki, from the Comedy Store.
The comic,
Yes,
like she was a wrestler too.
yes,
Was this mud wrestling or was this like
professional
in
wrestling.
WWF? I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. For a little while, she was actually a martial artist.
Is that how you got into comedy?
No, I got into comedy because I realized that I needed to make a transition into something else.
Right.
And I realized that stand-up comedy was the thing to get into. It just felt right.
All right.
Yeah, my intuition told me.
Did it feel right to Chuck?
Chuck
or
didn't tell
did
you.
it tell you to feel right to Charlene?
It was right for Chuck, but Charlene came along for the ride.
What does Charlene want to do?
Charlene wants to bake cookies and
Play with our cat.
play
Her
with
pussycat.
cat. Yeah, my pussycat Putty.
What? No, I'm just this Buddy imitation.
Oh, right,
Meow
right.
meow meow. Anyway, so
Yeah.
but so how long? So you wrestled for another 5 years or so?
Yes, I wrestled for another 5 years.
Now the comedy thing I did want to brush on, but the dominatrix thing is more my thing.
Oh,
There's another thing you can find on the internet, Josie.
What?
Some Charlie Haynes mixed wrestling.
yes.
Oh.
You
Yes.
know about
And
mixed
what-
wrestling, don't you?
I did some living room wrestling a few times.
So you
Oh,
both
yes.
have done mixed wrestling.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, living room wrestling.
Yeah.
Apartment wrestling.
Actually,
Yeah,
Charlie
it's-
called me up one day. It's
It's
like
very guerrilla style. I did it a few times and I got so banged up. I was just like, this is not worth a couple $100.
really
Right.
because I
I'll
thought
stick with
know.
my day job.
and
Yes,
for
yes.
people who don't know, because I like to bring the dark side into your living room. So a lot of people don't know what I'm talking about. People pay you, guys.
No, I was wrestling girls.
Oh, okay.
And then they would film it.
Okay, so this is
But,
wrestling in the
but
living
we would
room.
be pulling off each other's clothes.
They throw a mat down. Well, you were wrestling girls,
Right.
so it was like. And
It
you
was
probably wrestled
more
girls
like a
too,
pillow
right?
fight.
Yes, I wrestled girls.
But you wrestle guys too,
I wrestled guys too.
because mixed is guys and girls.
What about Andy Kaufman?
I never met him. Yeah, I never met him. It's unfortunate
Because you could have made.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
been there
Oh,
for
okay.
quite some time.
Oh, okay.
No, Eddie
Too
Kaufman
bad.
probably was before your time, I would think, because he died '83.
Oh, that was I was kind of wrestling. Yeah, I was wrestling at that time.
Because he was challenging any woman to beat him in a fight.
Oh, where the fuck was I?
I know, but
oh my god.
he was at the Comedy Store. He was at. He basically threw his career away to wrestle women,
I know.
and
I missed that.
You must have missed that. I don't know where you were, where he was, but you
but
could.
we never coincided.
He had the intergender championship of the world, and died with that championship
Yeah.
belt.
What did he die of?
Cancer. If he's dead, that's a whole nother story.
Oh, he might still be.
Living
in-
you never
He's
know.
He's hanging out with Elvis.
Elvis
yes.
And Hitler.
and Tupac.
Hitler,
they're
yeah.
all hanging out. I think Hitler's dead by now. He's not 100 years old. He's got to be dead by now.
He's at least
Yeah.
dead on the inside.
I would think so. He was dead on the inside a long time ago.
Yeah,
but
he was dead on the inside back then.
and he caught. Yeah, so he was wrestling women like in the late 70s, early 80s, and
Yeah.
he had a great career and just kind of like, no, I want to wrestle women, and
Yeah.
that was it. And then he started wrestling like real legitimate wrestlers, and it just got it. It's hilarious to watch. I will come over to my house. We'll watch some DVDs. Bring your kitty, and it'll be a whole thing. But
Putty? Oh, okay.
bring Putty.
Putty. I'll bring Putty.
Bring your old glow outfit. Bring the whole thing.
and my boots.
What was your outfit like?
It was leopard skin with a leopard skin fringe with a black leotard and black wrestling boots.
See, and it's funny because
Sexy.
because I remember when I was a kid, like Wendy Richter was like the hot sex spot.
Yes.
But if you look at the girls now that are wrestling,
Oh,
it's a whole different thing.
Yes, it's
Because they always had pantyhose, they had leotards on. Like now, they're just wrestling in thongs and nothing.
Oh yeah.
Right,
Before
right.
it was more Jane Fonda style.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's still
Yes.
jerk offable, but
Yes.
it's a lot easier now. So I didn't know you did wrestling. That's crazy. I gotta search those out.
You'll never find them.
You want to bet? But
Did you
No.
work for Double Trouble?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
that's a yes.
No, I didn't.
You paused
Yeah.
for quite a
No.
while.
I paused because I was going to say who I work for, but then I figured it was
Yeah.
probably better not to say anything.
How was Jackie Stallone to work for? Is she a nut? What's going on with her?
Well, you know what? I didn't talk. I was kind of intimidated by her.
She is a very intimidating.
Have you met
Yes.
Jackie Stallone?
No.
But she.
But
she
I would
was,
be afraid
Because
to.
I met
Yeah.
Frank. I met Frank. He's a nice guy. He was yeah.
He showed up over
Not
there.
intimidating.
Yeah. He was
Sylvester
cute.
didn't show up out of match.
No.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, it's a wrestler. Yeah, I like these girls. Send a couple up to my room with salt and pepper. I do one invitation, and that's about it.
Oh, that's fabulous.
That's
You
not
were
it.
just waiting for this moment.
No. I used to do the thing in my act about the movie Sylvester Stallone did with Antonio Banderas, and you couldn't understand either one. It was a whole thing, but it's not
Oh,
funny now.
really?
Remember that movie? Anyway, so go ahead.
Yes.
So Stallone,
Stallone.
Frank Stallone was there,
Yes, I did meet him, and he was very cute.
right?
Very cute.
Did you guys? Did you?
No.
Did Charlene and Frank Stallone?
No. But I did have an affair with one of the male wrestlers when I was wrestling.
Oh, you got to tell me the name.
Um,
George the Animal Steel. Who was it?
he had a mask on. And I didn't see his face until he came to my room.
What?
You gotta love it.
You had an
Yeah.
affair with a masked wrestler, and you never saw
Yeah,
his
he was
face?
cute.
Who
Once
was
he
that
took
masked
took
man?
took off the mask. I was
Well, he had
pleasantly surprised.
I'm guessing he had a nice body.
Oh yeah, he was like
Because back then, a lot of them were slobs.
yeah, he was a hot piece of flesh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't Andre the Giant. It wasn't
No.
King Kong Bundy. It wasn't any of those guys.
You know, I think his name was the Executioner.
You had sex with the Executioner?
Oh, I think I remember him. He
Did
had the
you have sex
black
with the
hood.
Executioner too?
Me? No. I
You've
was
had sex with
way
guys in
too
black
young.
hoods before. I know that.
No.
Oh, stop.
I don't even
Anyway.
know what the KKK.
No, black hoods, not white hoods. You please, I know.
I think that's what his name was.
You had sex with the Executioner,
Yeah.
and did he live up to his name?
I think it was a very glorious time that I had. I was very loose back then.
Back then, that's
Yeah.
what everybody tells me, that I was loose back then. Then I meet them, not loose anymore. You should hear the stories Josie tells me. And they're like, oh, I'm not like that anymore. Please, I don't even want to date
No.
anymore.
I
But
had
back
a lot
then,
of affairs. I had a lot of.
any other stars?
I would keep count of how many people I had sex with.
Because you were the glow girl. There had to be a lot of stars that wanted to be with you.
Stars?
Yes,
Like you mean movie stars?
movie stars, TV stars, sports stars. It was big.
You know, no.
No agent called you up and say, "Hey,
Well, Christy McNichol's brother.
Peter McNichol,
Is that what his name was?
the
I
one
went
that was
on-
in Alice."
I don't remember. I went on a date with him, just one date.
Yeah, no, wasn't her brother on Alice?
I don't know.
He was
Oh,
cute.
Don't
come
look
on.
at
You
me.
remember Alice? Don't give me that shit.
I remember Alice, but I don't
He
remember.
looked like Christy McNichol.
I don't remember.
Well, that's
him.
kind of good
I'm
because
sorry.
Christy McNichol's like the lesbian, like everybody's lesbian
yeah,
fantasy.
she was sexy.
So it's like, wow, you look like your hot sister.
Yeah,
So you went out with Christy McNichol's brother.
one date.
Okay.
And then he never called me again, and I kind of pined for him.
Yeah.
And it's funny
Yeah.
you can't remember his name now.
I can't remember his name.
And who else?
That's
like I
awesome.
don't know.
Who else did I date?
Yeah, it's celebrities. Let's get the dish.
Well, I can't mention there is a famous star that I dominated.
Oh.
And what were they into?
Yeah.
Well, they were into Queen Kong and I coming to the hotel.
Oh, Queen Kong was a dom too?
Yes. And we came to the hotel, and we never had sex with these guys. We just, dominated the shit out of them and beat them up.
And
and
what does
all
that
this
entail?
stuff.
Be very graphic. Let's hear
Oh,
it.
sure. Well, basically, we dressed like teachers, and he was a student. and we corrected him, and we abused him and humiliated him.
So he would like do times tables wrong on purpose and
Right,
stuff?
right.
2 plus 2 is 7. That is wrong. And you grab a ruler and stuff and start.
Right, we
Spanked
had
him.
rulers.
Yeah, and then would you strip him naked and just?
Yeah, we stripped him naked and made him crawl on the floor and told him what a piece of shit he was.
Really?
Yeah,
That sounds like that sounds like my high school experience, but
yeah.
so this is a star.
Yes, this is a star.
Was this an older man or a younger man?
At the time, he was probably, I would say, in his 40s at the time.
Okay.
He's an English actor, really into Shakespeare, but he does a lot of movies.
Come on, Mark.
That's all I'm
Richard
gonna
Richard
tell.
Burton, Peter O'Toole.
I'm not going to say.
It's Peter O'Toole. I saw it in your eyes. It was Peter O'Toole. You dominated the shit out of
look
Peter
at her.
O'Toole.
No.
No prisoners! No prisoners! You beat the shit out of Peter O'Toole. I love it.
No, it wasn't Peter O'Toole. It was somebody else.
Laurence Olivier.
Keep going.
Okay, so this.
All right, keep going. Come on,
Okay,
she's gonna spill the
well,
beans.
give me the year. Give me the year.
This
Approximate
was-
year.
This was in 1980. I would say 1982.
Okay.
And he was 40.
He was 40. Okay.
Okay, do the math.
So it's not
Come on,
Peter
Mark.
O'Toole. It's not Richard Burton. It's not John Hurt. It's not. Wait. It's not John Hurt.
No.
Okay. Ian McKellen. He's gay. That can't
No.
be him.
I can't give his name out.
Yes, you can.
No.
It's Peter O'Toole. Come on.
No, it's not Peter
Okay, it's not Peter
O'Toole.
O'Toole. Okay.
It's
It's who's the guy? Geez, now I can't even. I'm blanking on like all these. It was very famous.
Very famous.
Very famous. It's not Olivier. It's not.
No, he stayed at the Pink Hotel.
Stay at the Pink Hotel.
Yeah.
The Pink Hotel. Where's the Pink Hotel?
I have no idea. Where's the Pink Hotel?
Where's the Pink Hotel?
Where's the
In
Pink
Beverly
Hotel?
Hills.
The Beverly Hills
Anthony Hopkins.
Hotel.
Beverly Hills.
Anthony
Hotel.
Hopkins.
No.
That was a good one.
See, you haven't even gotten his name, but that's okay.
I'm getting close.
You're getting close. It's an English actor, very, very talented. Very
Well,
talented.
obviously.
Yeah.
So what was your specialty when you would dom?
Basically, I love to humiliate. I found because
So you're very verbally abusive.
yes, I can be very verbally abusive.
So what
Basi-
happens when creditors call you or
I actually talk sexy to them.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I
That
actually
keeps
talk
them on the
sexy.
line.
Yeah,
And what about people who are trying to sell you something?
telemarketers.
Yep.
I talk sex to them.
You'll never get rid of
And-
them.
and-
They'll
and-
keep
Yeah.
calling.
And when I called you to do the show, what did you do on the phone?
What did I do?
You talk sex to me.
No, I didn't.
See, I'm the only one that she never talks sex to. It's crazy. I'm still trying to think. Derek Jacobi. I'm trying to think of Shakespearean actors.
Yes,
He's not even that famous, but
yes. This guy's.
this guy is super famous.
Yes.
Is he still alive?
I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Roddy McDowell, Malcolm McDowell,
no.
Oh.
Peter Sellers. No,
No.
he's not Shakespearean.
Not Peter Sellers. You'll
oh.
never guess.
James Mason.
No.
Now
Yeah.
you're like, jeez.
But the worst thing that ever I did.
Is he?
I'm going to guess it.
When was the last time he made a movie? What was the last? Like,
I don't know. I don't know what his last.
Patrick
movie
Stewart.
was. No.
I can't believe that this show. I'm going to be trying to guess the English actor's name.
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
Ever.
George C. Scott. No, he's not even English.
No, no. I can't believe that you
Is he an
missed him.
Academy Award winner?
Oh, he has been.
Oh.
His face is turning purple.
Okay, wait a second. Academy Award winner. British Academy
Ian
Award.
McKellen.
Huh?
Ian McKellen?
No, I already guessed that. He's gay.
Oh, okay.
But you know,
Daniel Craig?
No,
Daniel
you haven't gotten any
Oh,
of them.
that would have been awesome.
Roger Moore.
No,
Sean Connery.
no,
It's Sean Connery.
No.
It's Sean Connery.
no.
You
it's
beat the
not-
shit out of Sean Connery.
He's not
No, I
English.
didn't.
He's
Okay.
not English.
He's good enough. There was a
No,
pause.
not Sean Connery. Why is he wait? Oh.
He's pontificating Shakespearean style.
Pontificating.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
He's an Academy Award winner.
Yeah.
Michael Caine.
No.
Ah.
No, but you know what? I had sex with Michael Caine's writer.
Michael Caine is a writer?
No, Michael Caine's writer.
Writer, R-I-D-E-R?
R-I-T-E-R.
Writer. As
Oh,
in
W-R-I-
he writes for him.
Wrote his book.
Yeah, that's why I said. First I said writer, and then you said writer.
No, writer.
He writes like the inside the.
His name is William.
Oh, now she's giving names.
I know.
No.
Come on,
Throw William under the bus.
Peter Finch. I don't know.
You'll never
He
guess,
died
and I'll
before then.
never tell you. I'll tell you afterwards when we're driving back.
And it's going to be right at the tip of my tongue. Oh, Charlton Heston. No, he's not
No,
English.
no.
Orson Welles. I don't know.
No.
Who is it? English. Kenneth Branagh. No, he's too young.
Can people call in and try to guess?
We don't have a phone. But
Oh.
if you want to tweet in a guess, Dark Mark Show at on Twitter at
Yes.
Dark Mark Show. But okay.
Yeah.
What other celebrity writers have you? You've been a lot of. See, I have nothing.
Really? William,
Josie's got some celebrities, but she's
William
not telling yet.
He was okay.
Come on, give me a name. If Josie gives you a name, will you give the name?
Go
Hell
ahead.
no. Hell no.
Which
It's still too recent.
which person are we talking
No,
about?
not that name. We don't even care about that name.
No, I'm talking about others.
Yeah, please. Anyway, where does was that what I thought it was?
3 minutes.
Oh my goodness, where does the time go?
And I was going to tell you about Hardware Harry.
One more. Okay, tell me about Hardware Harry, and then we're gonna go.
Okay. I dominated him at Laura. Oh, not Laura Ingalls Wilder. Oh God, what do you call it? Laura's domination parlor.
Okay.
And Hardware Harry was into like weird shit. He liked his stomach pumped.
What?
He liked to have something stuck into his belly button and have like a pump. And blood would spurt out. This is pre-AIDS.
Wow.
Well, thanks. You've made my entire
That's
audience
gnarly.
vomit. Thank you, Charlie.
That was gnarly.
Hardcore. That's pretty fucking hardcore.
I know. Hardware Harry. I did it
Hardware
once
Harry.
and felt traumatized. I
Well,
had
I
to go
don't-
back to my therapist.
I don't blame you. That's
Yeah.
that's
Your
most-
inner child did not like that.
Oh no! Oh my God!
That's
my
the
inner
most.
child.
That's the
But
most. That's the most disgusting thing.
Charles loved
Ben
it.
Kingsley. Ben Kingsley. Is it Ben Kingsley?
No.
Ah! He won an Academy Award. I'm just
Yeah.
going by process. F. Marie Abraham. No, he's not.
No.
He's not English. Anyway, I could go on forever, but you know
But
what? Was Charlie not a great guest?
Great guest.
Oh,
Charlie,
It was
will
so
you
nice
come
to
back?
meet
Will you come back?
Yes.
But before you come back, you know what time it is now.
It's spanking
Woo!
time.
Woo! It's time for the spank train.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, boy.
All right, get up. Come on, Josie. And
Spank
please
train.
join us on Twitter at Dark Mark Show. Please email me, tell me how much I have my head up my ass at darkmarkshow@gmail.com, and go to Fatal Impact. We're gonna do a spank train now.
Spank train. What do? Do I spank you first?
Yes. Okay, I'll spank harder.
Charlie, thank you for being on the Dark Mark Show. Have a wonderfully creepy week, my
Bye,
dark
Dark
minions.